Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. It is time for one of my favorite videos to make, PvP Doomsday Tournament 1 usage data for the mid-season. This is where we go over what monster are being used the most, and specifically this is the first data we have for the Doomsday era. Alright guys, so it's cool because when I made my exclusive first looks on the first Doom monsters, the monster that stood out the most is Lord INHERITOR, right? He had ranked up traits, he had ranked up skills, and he had 2 elements, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it's a good thing now, considering the beasts can essentially give him a double power boost, but we'll talk about that later. So one of the things when I made my initial video on the monster, like, he seemed very powerful. On paper he looks very powerful, but once I started using him more and more and I used some other monsters, I made a comment to one of the exclusive first look videos that I said I don't think he's going to be a dominant monster, right? And that's just because the way PvP is really centered around specific things, and the biggest thing are monsters' trait. Right now, Permanent Megaton is the strongest thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Pango is still number 1. After Pango, the things that are most impressive are probably Anticipation trait. So Lord Nabotis, although he got pushed down, I think last time we went over the data, but Anticipation trait is very powerful. Pierce is very powerful as well. So Spec, although Spec also got moved down. But who knows, maybe we'll get a doomed Pierce monster that will actually be really good. But yeah, traits are very powerful. And then the skill set. The monster has to have an undeniable skill set. A very good thing. Like, if we ever got an attacker that can remove positive effects and then attack, that would be powerful. If we ever got a deny monster that can remove positive effects, get an extra turn, and then AoE deny, that would be powerful. So that's what we're after. And so far, we really haven't had that. We really haven't. Right? Off the top of my head, the monsters that truly stood out from the Metro era are Slumpster, are Poseidonia, are Graxshack because of the dodge area. So for like an attacker to really stand out, it has to have dodge area, it has to have pierce, it has to have something that's truly undeniable. Anticipation. Oh, that was it. I made a comment that Lord Nabotis he's probably not going to be meta because he's lacking anticipation. And I remember one comment saying that I was crazy or something like that, and I'm like, no, we'll see. So we'll see. This is the mid-season data. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I really don't think we're going to see any of the Metro monsters in the top. I really don't think so, because no one's coming to mind on like, oh, you absolutely need this monster. Like right now in the rank up survival dungeon, I'm ranking up Clash because I paid $50 for the monster and it has taunts. So it's a good taunt. It's a good taunt monster you can put with any dodge area monster. But right now, also in terms of the doomed talents, I would say the corrupted the Metro talents are a lot better. And even some of the corrupted ones are a lot better, right? So I can understand if players didn't buy him and aren't even using him, especially when they have other alternatives. Yeah, Lord INHERITOR, he's an attacker, but I mean, I'm still using Stock Killer. I believe there's other ones. Players are probably still using Fruit Taster, since you can 90% from a Megaton from a Pango, then Hidden Shiv. Who else? I'm using McCreamy, just because he can heal. Sometimes I use my Team Race monster, because she can give a double damage to my Lord INHERITOR, and he can just AoE sweep. But yeah, I really don't know who's going to be used or not used. I don't think Mandarka is going to be used at all, so that's kind of funny. So yeah, let's just get into it. So who's number 1? Let's see. Hello, it is the... Oh, of course, sorry. I went on rambling about the Doomed era. Huge shout out to Monster Legends Competitive Wiki for putting this together. There will be a link to the blog if you want to check it out for yourself. Hello, it is the first usage data of the Doomsday Tournament, and because of that, well, nothing. LOL, I don't really have anything, have a proper way to kick off myself. All I can say this moment, here's a good era, hopefully. So far, I think it's promising. SP released the monsters. Their stats aren't anything too crazy, which means we can still use the Metro monsters. And so far, the talents haven't been crazy, right? Even this new UA kind of sucks because your HP needs to be like below 50% or something for it to actually trigger. So far, so good. Mid-season ratio of players with pay-to-play Metros and Doom Mythics versus those with none was 76-24. Not bad. It's including Metros, but I mentioned this in other videos I've made. I also don't think any of the paywall Metros have really been like you must have. Like maybe Graxshack because of area dodge, but even then, not a must-have. You have other great dodge area monsters. The truly powerful ones have been free-to-play. Slumpster free-to-play. Poseidonia, Tails monster free-to-play. So I can see why it's a high ratio. But let us scroll down. And again, the talents aren't anything too crazy either. In number 1 is actually Slumpster. Pango, where you at? So Slumpster has taken spot number 1, and you can already see spot number 2, Poseidonia. Wow. So the most dominant monster is Slumpster. For those of you that don't know, he is the area dodge monster. Phenomenal support monster. SP went crazy with this monster. He's also immune to control. I believe the whole team gets area stamina regen. So even if you get stamina drained by a wormhole's trap or whatever, you get your stamina back. But yeah, you can't control this monster. Area dodge, so he's really hard to take down. 47 on defense, 29 on offense. Most popular monster on defense and offense right now from these two. In second place is Poseidon. Yeah, this is the anticipation monster. Oh, by the way, Slumpster could also remove positive effects twice. Poseidon is amazing. She also has the reverse healing mechanic. I'm actually working on ranking her up in the rank up survival dungeon. I believe I have mine. I started at rank 0, right? Unranked, because I only spent 150 gems in the Tails challenge to get her. 160. I believe I have her at level 132 just from using her. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the day when she's fully ranked up. Hopefully she's still pretty meta. I mean, anticipation. Oh, she's immune to torture, so she's hard to take down herself. There's Pango at 53. Look at this. He is 29 and 24. So in terms of defense, Slumpster is number 1, and in terms of offense, he is tied with Pango. But yeah, Pango's just phenomenal, right? Permanent dodge area. Doesn't matter if you're going up against a Slumpster, he'll absorb it. Your allies won't get cleansed away. Same for Poseidon, yeah, you'll have to absorb the reverse healing and everything. Then you have Fruit Taster, 31 on defense. I use Fruit Taster on defense. 3 speed with hidden shift just to take down enemy Pangos. But it looks like I gotta worry more about Slumpsters and Poseidonia because that's what players are maining. But yeah, Fruit Taster, he was the first team race monster from the Metro era and the most popular of the bunch. So let's take a look real quick. The top 4 monsters, free to play, free to play, free to play, and you can actually buy Pango now for as low as 299 gems whenever the quest event comes out. So if you don't have the gems, I would recommend you start saving for them. Team race monster, I would consider that free to play because you know you can just get it at the bare minimum. 10 laps. Moving down, we have Graxlack. So this is the first paywall monster, which again I think explains the ratio being pretty good on the free to play side. This is a bounty up monster, 32 offense, 4 on defense, so mostly being used for offense, I imagine, with Slumpsters and any top monster. Lord Embotus, there's another paywall monster, although even him now you're going to be able to purchase, right? 8 and 26. 26, yeah. So he's used more than Pango, 34, so he's hanging on in there. We have Spec at 22, so mostly for offense. I imagine it's still the combo of like a Pango, a Spec, and then an Elgato for triple damage, or anyone that can do triple damage buff. And then you just AoE. Chiao Long is definitely falling down at 15, 9, 24. Yeah, with Pango, like it's hard to be able to absolute zero. Not even Pango, but with Slumpster, especially Slumpster, Graxlack, a top monster, you can't just absolute zero. Oh, speaking of specs, there's Elgato, so that's why Elgato has such a high usage. Or speaking of Elgato, there's Spec, backwards, whatever. 21, so yeah, this monster is the triple damage buff, double damage buff, and you go from there. Pure Pandoff, team starts off with evasion, can turn transfer, can deny, great monster. Ryclops, 713, free to play bounty hunt monster. Yeah, really good. I see this one on defense a lot. Could also give immune to control to the team, immune to torture. We have Zol, my personal favorite, can double damage, random positive effects, evasion, positive effect protection. I love the monster. I use it with my Spec and Pango. Here we have a top monster, 611. Here we have another top monster, Syntheris. Here we have another top monster, Muramotis, who's also a top monster. I actually have not started ranking up in the rank up survival dungeon. I was working on Tolulite just to have a Megaton light monster, but now I will be working on Muramotis. So, I mean, again, I have Clutch and I have Syntheris, so I don't really have a high need for a top monster, because I already have Syntheris and Clutch. But Dark Megaton, you know, you never know when you're going to need it. We have another anticipation monster. Remember, in my early rant, I mentioned a lot of it goes down to the traits more so than the skills. So really quickly looking at traits, and again, skills are obviously everything too, but area dodge, anticipation, permanent megatons. This is definitely more skill-based, but immune to torture is also very powerful, right? Immune to torture, area dodge, anticipation, pierce, just a phenomenal monster. Area dodge, this is just overall phenomenal. Bulwark, team evasion, but it's more so skills. Random positive effects, everyone powerful. Taunt, megatons, anticipation, pierce, you know, so there's a theme, right? But yeah, I'm sure you mine, I love it. Beambots can also resurrect, so I'm also so I'm working on Beambot in the rank up survival dungeon. I think I have him at 132 as well, so I'm working on Poseidonia and Beambot right now. I love Beambot with kill streak. When you OTK, get an extra turn, OTK someone else. Skelectron, I think he resists. Jakuna High, Dodge Area, Taunt. Dark Voltig, wow, his usage fell. I believe he was a lot higher. He can just attack endlessly, essentially, especially with Adrenaline Injector. Attack, attack, attack. Lumeria Anticipation. Megaton. There's Lord Inheritor. Oh my gosh, the first doomed monster. I forgot about doomed monsters. 1, 3, and 4. Will his usability increase? I don't know, guys. Let me know. Again, now the beasts will give him a double power boost for being dark and fire. But yeah, what about the other monster, Plantamination? Will that monster be used? I don't know. We have Thermagorn, Meltius, Garnixel. I'm surprised this Megaton monster is not used more than some of the other ones. Falsarius, 3, Ingwe. I literally bought one and then SV made it breedable. Raijin can triple damage buff, UV Fusion, Taunt, Eludepth Reverse Healing, Megataunt, Dodge Area. Oh, there's Clutch right there trying to take Lord Inheritor's spot at 2. I think, honestly, Clutch might end up outbeating Lord Inheritor just because of the taunt mechanic, being able to partner up with all the Dodge Area monsters. And then you have just some random Sigurd and Fords, Drobonaut, Crow Electric, yeah, just some randoms. Ah, there's Isabeth. But yeah, no Man Darka anywhere to be seen. No other Doomsday monster, it looks like. Oh, I forgot about Firefly. Gobslayer, Vampirostro, Tyranno King, OP Tyranno King. Alright, Super Dream, OG Bone, Canine, yeah. So after this, it's nothing that really matters. So guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think about Lord Inheritor not even... only having like 3 or 4 usage, not even anything crazy. Clutch at 2. What do you guys think about Slumpster at 76? That's insane. Poseidon, yeah, do you think Slumpster is going to stay on top, or do you think it's going to change, or is he probably going to be more emboldened with players having Clutch? I don't know, guys. Any thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.